Lads, lasses, and all of God's masses, welcome back. My legal name is C28, and yeah, I'm back. I'm definitely, I'm back. Ish. It's good to be here. I enjoy doing the synth content. I think the reason for the delay on everything has just been being busy, you know? So let's just take an hour to relax, sit back, and enjoy some synthesis. Got my Moog Matriarch Liz here, and she's going to be giving you some wonderful melodies. I'm going to explain the process a little bit as I go through it, but mostly this is just going to be a video for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy some interesting sounds. So let's get started. So starting off, I did have a sequence here set for us. So let us play that sequence. So what I'm doing here to get this kind of screaming sound, is I'm moving the frequency knob on a second synthesizer here. And this synthesizer is synced to the previous one. So as I move this knob, it changes the frequency. And because it's synced, it forces it to reset when the waveform of the wavelength of the first oscillator resets. So you get this. I really like that sound. It's a very, I guess it's kind of dark saying like, it's a nice dystopian sound, you know? It has this very eerie quality to it that I quite enjoy, especially when you add the stereo delay on there. I mean, without the stereo delay, it's quite boring, isn't it? So you want something to fill out the space, and it's quite good for that. Just love how the stereo delay interacts with the filter. It's quite nice. It's a very strange and fun sound. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to punish the oscillators. What I mean by that, you'll find out soon. So what's happening here is we have the low frequency oscillator that's affecting our filter and our frequency on the second oscillator. And it's moving at a rate that's so fast, it's audible. And we're getting frequency modulation happening. And if I move the intensity here, it gets that burnt kind of sound. I like to call this punishing the oscillator. Then you can move the cutoff knob here. I got it in the series filter mode. So you get this very interesting sound. Love that. I mean, again, the Moog Matriarch is a absolutely beautiful machine by Moog, and anyone who's interested in synthesis at all, I'd highly recommend just don't even think about it. Well, think about it financially, but don't think about whether you know this instrument or not. She's got plenty of room for you to explore her. And it's fun to learn an instrument learn an instrument when you have it, as opposed to learning an instrument before you have it. Some people might feel that all the parameters on here are a bit much. It's very difficult to understand. I mean, I've got all this array of cabling here, and good. Be afraid of it, and know that no matter what you're doing here, as long as you're not doing something crazy with the power distribution here, you're not going to break it. So I can punish the oscillators here like this. And just explore the sound. Just feel out the parameters. And play the synth in a way that just no other instrument can be played. So let's return here back to our sequence. This sounds very similar to some of the music you find in the video game Portal, specifically Portal 2. And that's not accidental. Mike Moraski, one of the audio heads at Valve, specifically the main composer for Valve, Mike absolutely loves messing with synthesizers. He's an absolute synth nerd and has a rich history in audio. In fact, went to school initially for audio systems, I believe audio systems, and he worked on audio equipment as an engineer, manufacturing it. Eventually got a job in digital media and went on to do VFX work, which is fascinating. And finally now he lands himself at Valve and he creates this sound for Portal, specifically Portal 2, that really just, it plays the heartstrings in a very fascinating way. And the way he describes it is, when they made the soundtrack for Portal 2, they wanted something to be very clear. Everything you see is alive. Every element of Aperture Science has a sense of sentience to it. And with that, they needed the instruments, the synthesizers specifically, to have this organic quality. So what they ended up doing is they made the synthesizers played such that they could be an organic instrument. But the strings, the symphony, the flutes, all the organic, real instruments, they perfectly quantized. They got them played, or they had them sequenced in such a way that a robot could have played it. But they left the synths organic, as though the synths are the only real things that are alive. And that gives you this weird sense of, ooh, this dystopian kind of feel. You see, sounds like these are something that I really enjoy messing with because they portray these, honestly, very unpleasant emotions that can be very cathartic. One of the songs I made, called Suffering, uses this idea with the bass, the wow, 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 and the screaming acid sawtooth. This idea of the two synths clashing. One, the bass is acting as though it is life throwing you around, this bass of suffering, I called it. And the other is this screaming acid sawtooth of one's own suffering. It's a very grim, very dark thing. It's not pleasant. But it can be very cathartic to hear those emotions play out. Like you can almost visualize what that looks like in your head. Just close your eyes and imagine this desolate soundscape, this desolate area of just torment. Is terrible. But humans, we love art for the reason that it can make us smile, it can make us cry, and it can give us pain. It can make us enter genuine emotional pain. And not that I mean to hurt you, but in a way, I hope that if you're feeling anything, just this like really, just life is not going great for you, which I felt myself many times. You can get some kind of cathartic sense of relief in these soundscapes. And honestly, that's what Portal 2's soundtrack was for me. Hearing just these almost dying machines in this state of agony. I know it's sad, but it's like, it gave me some isolated thing to relate to, you know? So whatever you're feeling in life, whether you feel isolated or alone, first off, know that you're not. There are a million people feeling what you're feeling, not for the same reason. But pain is a very human emotion. We all suffer. We all go through our own things. The only foolish thing to do is to do it alone. So reach out. Find people you trust. So when you're feeling tormented by life, you know that there's an escape, even if it's just temporary. Just to rely on your friends, rely on those around you who love you. Don't allow life to take hold like this. Now you know I couldn't mention Portal without playing Reconstructing Science. One of the things that I also find very fascinating about the way Mike Moraski and the rest of the sound team designed the sound of Portal is every element contributes to the sound. Whether your action is good or bad, whether it's something as simple as a light bridge, or if you're killing a turret. There's this beautiful thing that's said in the soundtrack of Portal and just in the gameplay itself. That life itself is music. And so everything that is life in Portal makes music. Except Chell. She makes no music. Now, is this to say that the machines are more alive than she is? Perhaps not. But it's interesting. Now, of course, through a gameplay perspective, if you're always playing as Chell, there's always music going on in your head. But ask yourself this. What if the music you're hearing is in Chell's head? What if this tormented spirit, Chell, what if she has gone absolutely mad and is now giving these machines a personality in hearing music from them? And she herself makes no music. So she has to rely on the machines around her to be that vessel for her own emotions. Think about the agony in the sound of the turrets dying. Perhaps she knows that these machines genuinely do have some sense of self-awareness. Perhaps Chell does know. And her instincts of self-preservation keep her from just staying still. She has to escape. And it pains her to know that in toppling over a turret, she ends its life. So you get this sad symphony of synths every time you do it. And we think about, Portal 3. What about this next game? I don't think she can take it. Some say Chell doesn't speak out of defiance, out of some sense of moral superiority, of trying to make a point to GLaDOS or to Wheatley. And even in canon, in some aspect, they attribute it to brain damage. Well, sure. But I'd say mind damage is more likely. Think about what that does to you. Being in an isolated state for so long. No humans, only machines to keep you around. And even if the machine has a voice, it doesn't feel. It doesn't truly feel. Chell is alone. So she has to put these emotions she's feeling into something. And so throughout all the gameplay of Portal, every little element, every flicker of a light beam, every laser, every cube, every button, every panel, Chell puts her emotions into them. Play Portal again. Play Portal with this in mind. an interesting question to ask. And this is purely just a thought experiment. Or maybe just, you know, ignoring reality for a moment. Just for the sake of it. If what Chell experiences as sound, as this music, is her emotions being projected onto a machine, can we think that those are the emotions that machine must have then? And therefore, what does this matriarch feel? It doesn't know English. It can't speak. But it tries to. But it's no use. All the matriarch can do is cry and scream. And these howling tones, this... But do we understand what it's saying? This poor machine. Just trapped as it is. And if that's what's happening, then is Chell sharing her agony with some of these machines? Second theory. If these machines really are alive, and GLaDOS is in charge of the entire facility, what if we think a little more logically here? The facility is her body. The facility is an extension of GLaDOS's body. So, is it really Chell just projecting these things? Or is Chell really just defiant? And it's GLaDOS who's in pain? Is GLaDOS the one making these sounds, this music, that Chell hears? Unable to say what really is on her mind, GLaDOS has to resort to these small little blips of music. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. The time for this melody has come. It only has a few seconds left. It'll try to speak. But will you understand what it's saying?
that is it. So, this is definitely a new form of video for me. So I want to know, what did you think? Would you like to see more of this? If so, the more I shall make. But if not, I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, this is a wonderful synth, and I really do hope that at least some of you were able to really just have this strange sense of emotional connection with the sound. It's hard to put my finger on it, really. I mean, I tried explaining it in my kind of monologues as I was going on, but there is this nice comfort in pain, especially this emotional pain that, say, like the Portal 2 soundscape projects. And, you know, not to get weird, but I hope I hurt you in a good way. Well, that does it for this video. So again, if you did enjoy, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts, what connected with you, what didn't. Say, Cian, that was stupid. I don't know what any of that nonsense you were playing meant. What are you going on about, mate? Are you dumb? Or maybe, yeah. Oh my goodness. That really struck a chord with me. Even though this whole thing was monophonic. But yeah. I really do appreciate all of you who watch these videos. I make them for you. I don't really make these for me. I've got these synths. I've got all the stuff I've got. Just anytime I need it, I can play it. But I don't make videos for myself. I make them for you. And I really hope that you who watch these videos can find some enjoyment. It's not going to be for everyone. It's going to be for a very select few, I know. This art is very niche. But I pray that God be with you all. Pray that in times of struggle, you can rely on God to take care of your worries. Turn to Him and all will be good. Your paths will be set straight. So, I think that's it. May God bless you all. And farewell.
That's crazy! Woo! That's mad! Oh my goodness!